to, but I ought to. You know the difference?
Yeah.
There's no, I don't have a choice for that. Like for my personal conviction, I ought to do like this to have this peace, this and everything. So you understand the difference?
No, I don't. Between should and ought, I don't.
Oh, okay. When you say you ought, you have no other choice. You ought to eat this cookie means you have no other choice. And when you are in concentration camp, you ought to do means you have that must and should work. You have no choice there. And you have to do it.
When you said you should,
Let's not.
You must do it.
We can pause. Let's pause. We're pausing here for a minute. And as we pause, let's notice the difference between noticing what he's communicating to you versus our interpretation and going into yeah, we don't want to go into content here.
okay.
We want strictly to stick to the two aspects. Okay? So, what we know is that Israel wants something, and it's important to him so that he has peace. And so, on the other hand, or foot, on the other foot, we have what he terms as fun, because he's used the term fun and tickle, which has a fun sort of, it feels good and it's fun.
It's some kind of fun.
Yeah, fun. So the part of you that wants you to do this, if we were to ask it, what is it trying to do for you?
Yes, that is very good question. I appreciate. But that part of me, it is just some kind of, he wants me to relax. And some kind of to divert my attention and to be at ease and all those things.
All right.
But I ask myself after that comment, that is the only way to get the ease and relaxation, or there is another way?
And that's a good question
so
too.
I said I choose myself to be like that, but of course it will take me time.
Sure.
But I said this is also gives me really some kind of good things, when I do like this.
Yeah.
I feel myself
Joy.
It is some kind of joy.
Yeah.
Innocent pleasure, let's say.
Innocent pleasure. Okay. All right. Okay, good.
That's fun.
Okay, so both of these parts of you have something positive in mind. One is more about peace of mind, and one is innocent pleasure. It's pleasure. Okay. I'd like to thank both of your parts.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's it for now. Now, don't go anywhere, okay? Just for a moment, because I want to take a question. Are you yet noticing space? What are you noticing? This over here is what he ought to do and wants to do. And this over here is the simple pleasure. And he's gesturing. So you'll get gestures. Often people will place different aspects of a situation in different places. And to be able to notice that and establish rapport. So I might say, so on one hand, you really want to be still so that you don't distract anyone else and you have peace of mind and you really focus.
Deep relationship.
Deep, yeah. And on the other hand, there's this simple pleasure that you give yourself. Yeah, less important and there. Yeah. Okay. And also, one of the things that happens with this is there's a little lightning, there's a little little pleasure there that's in his mouth. Yeah. This is very serious, and this is kind of there's not a lot. Okay. All right. And both of those parts have value for you. Okay. And if we
just
take
a little clarification, and there is no pretense in that, because when other members are not there, also I do. And there is because others are there, I have to be serious. No, it is some kind of personal choice.
Right, I understand.
So So it is to have peace and a deep relationship with God, and to have the energy to work for next day and all those things. No? So what I am saying, this is less important. What I am saying is innocent pleasure.
Is this very clear which side is okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So that's all we're doing, is eliciting the positive intention and getting all the sensory cues about each part and establishing rapport with that. That's all we're going to do before we break for lunch. Then after lunch, we are going to know how then do we help these two parts come together in a positive way for you. All right? So, I asked Israel to think about something that he wanted to do but didn't seem to be able to do. I asked him about what he wanted, and I looked at all of the modalities and the way in which that he represented that to himself and the space he put it. Then I asked about the other side of that and noticed all of those. I found the positive intention of each side. One wants that peace and better connection with God. The other part wants that simple little pleasure that he gives himself and a comfort. So those are the positive intentions, and so it will take your whole body to do this, and respect for both parts. You are not doing intervention. You are fully noticing and delineating each part. Okay? And you will do this in threes. And let's take 10 minutes each person, and we will check with you if you need more time. Let me tell you that if you don't get it done before lunch, we'll come back, take questions, and continue, so that you have all the time you need to do this. We'll make sure of that. So there's great learning here, because this, you can imagine the many ways for yourself and for other people when you're helping them. It's very useful to do this. Also, it takes away the need to beat ourselves for things that we can't do yet. Okay?
Yes.
Any questions on the process? Go have fun. We'll check in with you. Okay. Did who is not complete?
We haven't finished.
Okay, so a good third of you. What we will do is continue this exercise when we get back. For those of you who are finished, we will add a stretch, or you can take another topic. What questions, what learnings would you like to discuss as we break for lunch?
One thing that I found interesting was when Israel spoke in spatial reference to this parts of me. It felt good.
Oh.
He fed back to me, well, this part, and his hand gestures, and this part. I thought it felt good.
Felt good to be, to have that
To be
rapport and
understood.
have to be understood. That's right. That's right.
Just paying attention to where they're doing things in space, that's fascinating. I hadn't really noticed that to that degree before.
You'll begin to notice that people communicate to you in that way all the time.
Yes.
One more question, and then there's something we need to do as we draw to a close for this morning. Another question or comment?
I noticed that before people would do hand movements, they would look at it before, and also talking about certain criteria for it, like its security. They would do a certain hand movement. So it's security, or it would be comfortable.
So there's all the modalities there for their concept of what it does for them.
Yeah, so hand
It's all there.
of what the criteria was, and they would look.
Well, I feel very incongruent right now because we all need to say goodbye to someone. So I'm sad, and also I'm glad that he was here. So, Musaddiq, could you come? So, I would like to, before you go, just say thank you for your wonderful presence. This is the second year?
Yes,
Second year that we've been together in the practitioner training. And to see your presence, your quiet, gentlemanly presence here, has felt very supportive. And I look forward to seeing you again.
Inshallah. As they say in Arabic, inshallah.
Inshallah. Yeah. And Chris has something for you, I believe.
Yes, as Janice said, Sadiq coached last year with us. I was absolutely nice that he came back again this year. He's been, you realise, a presence amongst us. He has looked down over us.
Yeah.
Greater blanks than I can manage. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for your kind attention to the people, to everything that goes on, and for being really a rock amongst us, keeping the team very much together. I really appreciate all that you've done for us in the last few weeks. Great pity that we're going to lose you. We shall miss you.
Thank you so much.
We shall miss you. So, it's been a very great pleasure.
Last night. Sure.
You're going to get that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Last evening, my study group and the participants from my study group, we met at Mani's condo. Thank you so much for the cheesecake and the strawberries and the blueberries. And then as we got comfortable and we started talking and playing with the sub-modalities, like what if the cherries were white, or how would my Honda smell, or my Subaru would go, and then we came up with like, what are we doing here in Winter Park? I mean, what are we going to go and tell our folks, like what did you do for the 1 month or the 4 weeks you were here? And we had so many things, like it's not a university degree, it's not a certificate, how does it complement your profession? But we came to a conclusion that it's an experience. It's an experience that you're going to carry with yourself in every aspect of your life, no matter where you go. So at least you have something to explain to your people that this has experience, you need to come and experience NLP. For me, it's become a passion. This is my fourth consecutive year. I really love being trained by experienced trainers who have authored so many books, and they have so much information that they come and share with us in context, in reference to our subject. It makes the learning process so easy. Thank you, Jan, and the other trainers also. I would like to thank NLP Comprehensive and Chris for giving me the opportunity to be on this team of coaches once again. I would like to thank the coaches for the help and the assistance in completing my duties. And of course, this entire experience wouldn't have been complete if it wouldn't have been for all you participants being here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We will see you at 1:30.
He's available for hugs now.
Yes, and I get one.
Thank you so
Just to remind you, the bookstore is open. I understand from Tom.
You have my email,
I
yes.
have the card.
Some specials, books that are going out of print. Some real deals going on up there.
That's right, bookstore. So I noticed with some people, they wondered about, and I wonder if anyone else did, how do you know if there's enough